Hey everybody, this is Rydo, and we are starting a new game series today. We are playing a space-like game. It's a little bit different than most space-type games. Let's go ahead and just jump into the tutorial and see how we can do. Welcome to FTL. You are the captain of a Federation starship on a very important mission. The Federation is currently being torn apart by vicious rebels. Your ship is carrying data vital to the defense of the Federation. You will be traveling through dangerous sectors of the galaxy with the rebel fleet in hot pursuit. Make it to the exit beacon of each sector before the rebels can catch you. Your ship, the Kestrel, is the focus of the typical game view. So mostly you're going to be looking at this. This is, I think, almost all of FTL pretty much. You're going to be looking at your ship. The circular icons at the bottom of the screen are your ship's primary systems. Systems use power from the reactor pointed to it by the arrow. So we have the reactor, which has some power here. Extra power even. We can power up our engines a little bit extra. So your systems are your shields. It's using 2 power. It has 2 power assigned to it. It doesn't have a man assigned to it. One of your team. We'll get to that later. You have your engines. It doesn't have a man assigned to it yet either. You have your oxygen, which fixes the oxygen in the ships. Most of your crew needs to breathe. Usually your crew needs to breathe. And then you have your weapons. Here the weapons can have 2 maximum energies, but the weapon that we have at our disposal at the moment only uses 1. It is not manned either. So let's go to the next tooltip. These are your ship's subsystems. Unlike systems, they do not require power from the reactor. So these guys don't use power, they just get upgraded. So these green bars really aren't indicating that they're using power. They're just, if the bar goes up, that would mean you have an upgraded system, and I don't even remember if you can upgrade these subsystems. We'll find out later, I'm sure. Hover the mouse over the system icons to get more information. Each system corresponds to a room lit up. So we've been hovering, and it's popping up explanations and telling you the status. And then each one you hover over, like this is the ship, and there's a man there, so it's manned, and each one of these icons corresponds to one of those icons, which is great. The hull meter, shield level, and current resources are at the top left. If the hull meter is reduced to 0, your ship will explode. Okay, so these is your currency, scrap. This is your hull meter. This is your shield. We can only have 1 shield at the moment, but we can upgrade it up to 4. It is filled in because the shield is charged. This is the number of fuel you have. This is the number of missiles you have, and this is the number of drone parts you have. This is the chance that you evade. This is the percentage of oxygen on your in your ship, and each one of these is one of your crewmen. See, the little green bar shows up on one of them when you highlight them. They have skills that they can level up and become better at things as you assign to them to different parts of the ship. So things that were unmanned were the shield, let's see, and the engine, and the weapons. So I've set up for 3 guys to go to those things, but they are not going to start moving until I unpause the system. This game allows you to pause, think things through, and then unpause and let things happen. So it shouldn't be too fast paced, but it can get really crazy really fast. We should get going, but it looks like the engines are currently powered down. Green system boxes are powered. white system boxes are unpowered and providing no benefit to the Kestrel, your ship. So, it took out, for the tutorial, took out the energy. So I click here and give it back the 2 energy. Here. So now it's powered up. So let's continue. Left click the engine icon will transfer power from the reactor. Try to keep your vital systems fully powered. Yes, that's a good idea. Right click to depower systems. So if you're not in the middle of a fight and you need more power, you can right click to depower the weapons. And then you can left click to power it again. And if you left click it a second time, you'll pull up the targeting, which I have done, so then you have to right click to undo that. I'm also going to just turn on auto fire for the moment. Okay, for the purposes of the tutorial, oh no, the engine room took 2 damage. How'd that happen? Nothing attacked us. Its ship icon has become red to show it's broken. The hull meter has also taken 2 damage. Your crew cannot repair the ship's hull, but they can fix the engines. So I can left click these guys and then right click the space I want them to go to. I can also draw a box by dragging the left click and then right clicking. Now nothing is going to happen here. So this could be very confusing in the tutorial if you didn't realize you were paused. It is said paused here since the beginning, but it has not pointed it out. So if you didn't see, it says pause, press space to resume. Without unpausing, these guys will never move. So now I've unpaused, now the guys are moving. They are actually alive. So these guys are doing the repairs, trying to fix the engine. As they're slowly fixing it, is returning the green bars here. Alright, so now it's fixed. Let's go ahead and take one of these guys and put them in the shield section. Kind of want, if you have the opportunity, you want to keep somebody in the pilot seat so you can jump. Jump builds up, so if you leave, it's going to take a while before you're ready to jump. Again, you want somebody in your weapons so your weapons work better, and you want somebody in your engine so your charge to jump increases and your evade increases. Now I'm at 20%. I wasn't at 20% before, and we'll just go ahead and prove it. Stick them in this empty room. It's down to 15%. You don't want your guys in empty rooms unless there's a really good reason. Alright. Crew members will automatically repair systems, fight fires, and fix breaches, and fight intruders in their room. So you keep these guys in these rooms, they will fix the systems if they're broken. If some enemy comes in their room, they will fight them off. If a fire starts, they will try to put the fire out. And I do emphasize try because they're not usually that successful. Fighting low oxygen and fire will hurt the crew. So fighting guys can get their green energy bar, life bar down. Low oxygen, which we'll get to in a minute, can suffocate them, obviously. That makes sense. And fire will burn them, which makes sense. Awesome, your engines are now repaired. Notice that the repaired systems will automatically try to repower themselves to their last power state. So when they were broken, these 2 green energies went back to the reactor. When it got fixed, it took them right back. So you don't have to worry about repowering them all over again. Some subsystems, let's try that again. Some subsystems can be manned by crew members to provide a small bonus to the system. Some systems, crew members can automatically man any functioning system in their room. The silhouette above the power bar shows that the system is manned. So, what are the ones that can be manned? Right now we're seeing it's the piloting it is the weapon section, it is the engine section, and it is the shield section. So we got a guy in each one of those rooms. We probably wouldn't, you're not going to really get a benefit for putting him in these other rooms, I don't think. Oh no, a fire has broken out in your starboard airlock. You could send your crewmen to put it out, but let's take advantage of your airlock. So now you have the ability to click on the doors. If you can get your mouse over the door. I may have to adjust my mouse still a little bit, because that's a little iffy. And so I opened the door. Here it says, opening your doors will allow you to drain sections of your ship of oxygen and put out the fires. Rooms turn pink as oxygen drains out. The oxygen system will slowly refill your ship once leaks are gone. It cannot fill your ship if there is a breach. If there is a hole in your ship, it cannot refill that section with oxygen. So you will have to find a way to repair it. So all fires in FTL are not chemical fires, obviously, because chemical fires in the real world create their own oxygen, and you cannot snuff them out or smother them out in that way. You have to try other things, and that's I guess a bit of a generalization, but it is not the recommended way to try to put out a fire, a chemical fire. Now that your engines are fixed and the fires are out, we should FTL jump to the next location. FTL stands for faster than light jump. It is the common phrase in science fiction. Jumping requires a crew member and the pilot stops this. I believe jumping also uses one of your fuel every time. We will get to the map view. Notice this is almost completely back to pure white. At this point, yeah, that's pure white. So it's 100% oxygen. Probably could have been watching the bar over here too to get back to 100%. Each jump consumes one fuel, okay. Without the fuel, you will be stranded and unable to jump. So you don't want to run out of fuel. And you're going to do probably more than 16 jumps. Alright, so when you're not looking at the ship, this is the beacon map. It marks your current location. Hover the mouse over a location to get more information about it. So, when you're not looking at the ship, this is pretty much the only other thing you're going to see is maps. And so, the green lines indicate how far I can travel. And so, it is a puzzle trying to get to the exit. We know what the exit is. This beacon. And that's the only way to get out of the sector is to get to there. So I could jump here, but I probably wouldn't be able to jump from this point to this point. But if I do jump here, there is a good chance I will be able to jump to that point. So it may cost one extra if I go here. But then I may find something worthwhile going here too, so you have to make those decisions. You can just race to the exit, and hopefully that will help you get to the end, but usually it's not that simple. We'll see a lot of things. There are a lot of things in this game that the tutorial's not going to be covering. We're going to run into things, we're going to see things, I believe, on the map that are going to make travel more difficult. So let's, for the tutorial, go the shortest distance, probably the worst solution choice. Every new location will have an event like this. You might have multiple choices available to you at an event. In this example, a weak pirate ship is trying to destroy you. So now we have the number 1 option, which you could press number 1 on the keyboard, or the number 2 option. Special blue choices like these are unlocked by having certain upgrades or equipment. They are nearly always a good choice. So, probably want to take the blue option. Welcome to combat. You can use the space bar to pause the game at any time, so let's press that. You will need power to your weapon. You'll need to power your weapons to fight. The amount of power required is pictured in the weapons box. Left click on it to power it. So we've already powered it. So I've clicked it again, and I can go ahead and just target their shield. So we're seeing inside there. Now we wouldn't be able to get as much information if we didn't have a functioning sensors. This is slowly charging up as we're paused. It's not charging at all, but it will slowly charge up. This bar, when it is full, it will fire. So you can put these Allen hotkeys 1, 2, 3, and 4. I was able to map that to my controller that I'm using, and so I will see if I can do that. Otherwise, I would have to possibly do a lot of pausing, clicking here, targeting, and then unpausing. I possibly could have to do that. I don't really remember the flow of this game. I don't remember if it was super fast or super slow, super hard or super easy. Well, we're gonna find out that between ourselves. I have the pause button mapped to my controller now too, so I can pause and unpause. Pause button being spacebar. Oh no, your two-shot laser cannon. Laser cannot penetrate the pirate's level 2 shields, but luckily he can't get through your shields either. Note, every 2 powered bars in your shield system nets you 1 more shield. So I have 2, if I had 4 I would get 1 more shield. You've been given a missile launcher now. Shooting it expends your missile reserve, so it uses your missiles. That's a big word. But missiles pierce through all enemy shields. Use a missile to damage the enemy shield system, and then your lasers can get through it as well. So we put a charge here, and then we click on it and target it to the shield system. Now I have auto fire on, so that means that it will fire the missile again and use another missile. You'll notice that enemy systems are damaged or destroyed. Their icons turn orange or red respectively. Repeatedly attacking a destroyed system will damage the hull and blow it up. And sometimes it's advantage not to blow it up, but a lot of times it is. So we've got 100 scrap and a halberd beam. I used at least a couple missiles because I had auto fire, so having this guy charged and on auto fire, probably not a great idea when you're using missiles. Weapons or drones are added to your cargo if there's no more room in their respective system. Left click on the ship info screen so we can equip your new weapon. So there are upgrades, there's crew things you can see, and all that. The tutorial's not even going to show it to me. This is your equipment screen. You can see the detailed information of weapons, drones, or augments by mousing over them. Left click and drag the halberd beam to replace either of your current weapons. So I don't want to use the Artemis because that uses missiles. By the way, Artemis is the goddess of the hunt and the moon, I believe, in Greek mythology. But little tidbit for you. No augments, no drone system installed at all. So we can't have drones until you install the system. Some ships don't have drone systems, I believe, which is kind of a spoiler that we get different ships through playing through this game. Oops, the weapon system is at max power 2. It's not upgraded enough to support my new weapon, which requires 3. So I need to have my weapon system have 3 bars before I can put 3 bars into this new weapon. Let's open the ship screen back up and fix that. So now we're in the upgrade screen. And so what can we do? We can spend 20 to get our reactor another bar of energy. We can spend 25 to get us another bar on the weapons. And notice when you mouse over here, it's saying more system power. O2 refill boost times 6. Dodge plus this, FTL plus this. Here, if I spend another 50, I can get another shield by buying that, 2 of those. So we can upgrade these to, this can upgrade twice, this can upgrade once, this can upgrade once, this can upgrade lots of times. Oxygen can upgrade 2 times on this ship. That's just all on the Kestrel ship. Healing boost times 1.5, healing boost times 3. And the main thing though is, as you're upgrading all of these systems, well, to put more power in these systems, because every time you upgrade it, it needs more power, you're going to need to upgrade your reactor. You're potentially going to have runs where you are very close to filling this out. And even if you fill out all of this, I'm not sure that is enough to get everything here full. I don't think there is quite enough to get everything here full. So you're going to have to make some decisions. And it's alright to make decisions. You don't have to try and upgrade everything. And for instance, I don't think having a healing boost of 3 is going to really help you in a lot of situations. Also, you're not going to have a lot of parts through the run, so it would be really hard to have enough parts to keep these upgrades going. So I'm short one. Was going to do one, but I couldn't get to. It wants me to give it 2 energy bars. Let's see. What's it asking me to do? Oh, it's just asking me to click continue. I can't even find the continue. So there we go. So now I have enough to depower this weapon and charge this weapon and use all 3. So I'd still need one more upgrade to use both weapons at the same time, and then I would be out of energy too. So when I use this, one click takes away 2, one click puts 2. It takes it just a little bit. Now I have 2 shields, which would be really useful. I think shields are probably what you want to focus on, because shields recharge, hull does not. Final tip, we can rearrange the weapons in the weapon systems by clicking in the weapon system, by clicking and dragging. If your weapon system is damaged, the order determines the order that they are depowered. So, right to left. So, if you put this as your number 1 weapon by clicking and dragging it, just click and drag it, it changes where it is on the ship, and it changes the order. So now, if we start taking damage on your weapons system here, this will be depowered first, while this will still have power until this room takes more damage. That's it for the basics. Good luck out there. press continue to quit the tutorial. Okay, so that's the tutorial, and that's it for this first episode of our new series, FTL. There is, as things are coming back to me, as I'm remembering this game, there's tons of stuff to find, tons of more stuff to learn. But we've got the basics down now, so next time we'll start our first game and we'll see how far we can get. I bet it's not going to be long. Let's go ahead and look at the stats. 000, have not played it. Just did the tutorial twice. Once one recording didn't work. We got a bunch of achievements, and we've got the best ship. A little bit of spoiler there, but that's alright. So, look at the settings, sound, and music. I'm not sure what the dynamic backgrounds is, so it may just be that the stars here are shifting a little bit to give you a more interesting view. Let's see, let's look at the credits. Well, this is the credits, I guess. Might as well, we'll go out on the credits, depending on how long it is. Really? Apparently it's going to be very, very short credits, a very, very small amount of people working on this game. Wow. I had not remembered that. I mean, here's Kickstarter backers. So, the world of Kickstarter. Let's go ahead and just let this wrap up. So people kickstarted this. I wonder what really pushed people into funding this project. What about what he had as a demo before and what caught everybody's idea? It's a great game, so it worked, but if somebody had proposed this to me in the wrong way, I wouldn't really think it would work. But this certainly caught a lot of people's attention for all these Kickstarter backers, although I don't really know if even this large wall of Kickstarters is that much. Well, I hit a button and I got out, so no more credits. You can look at the credits somewhere else if you feel like it. That's the end of this episode. As always, like, share, subscribe, and watch every second of the video. All of those things help out. And have a good evening.